Hello, welcome. I'm so sorry it's taken me a few weeks to get this video going. For the people who would have come to my injury class before, or for people who have a little bit of a stiffer body. So at long last, I'm here, I'm doing it. So this is going to be just a 20-minute class, and hopefully it'll just help you get yourself, keeping yourself a little bit moving during this time where we're all stuck inside. So you're going to come onto a chair, have it onto your mat, and have your mat to the wall. If you've been in my classes, you know this kind of setup that we have. So you've got your wall nearby, a chair, if you have a belt, you know, anything, something off your dressing gown, use that. Bricks would be great, but books will do the same thing. Anything that's just basically a rectangular, square shaped and the same height. So we're going to come seated first off. We're sitting into our chair. You're going to have your feet hip distance apart, and you want to see that your knees are directly in line with your heels. So you don't have your feet tucked in underneath your knees, but they're out in front and they're directly in line with the knees. And we're seeing that our knees are in line with our hips, so we're not sitting with our knees doing this. We've got our knees in line with the hips, and we're lifting upwards through the spine. So, you know, if you've got the chair I have, I'll just show you, is a kitchen chair like this. Don't want you to do is end up, you know, leaning back into the chair. We're not in the leaning stage, we're in the sitting upright stage, just for the moment. You can lean back later when you're having your cup of tea, but right now we're sitting upright. So you're going to sit upright, and you know that if your feet don't touch the ground properly, like if your feet are a little bit, if you're a little bit shorter than me, you've got your feet up on blocks. Yeah, so that you feel that you're at the right height. And this chair is actually okay for me, so I'm going to sit like so. Heels underneath my knees, knees in line with my hips. I'm lifting up through my spine. I'm not leaning back. I'm rolling my shoulders back. I'm going to take my hands back behind that chair and just help to lift my chest upwards. Now, what I would say to you is that if you were in my class and you have an injury, it was, you know, I was able to help or adjust you or make alterations. If it doesn't feel right to you, you don't do it, because I'm not there now to be able to see what you're doing or what might be able to help. So if you have shoulder injuries or hip injuries, you know, you need to be more mindful as to what you do. This is a general class. Alright, hopefully maybe some of the stuff I've done with you before you might remember. So you hold on to the back of the chair and you lift the chest upwards. And then we're just going to take our hands into prayer position. So you have two options, like so, thumb towards the chest, fingers pointing forwards, or you can just keep the hands, the backs of the hands onto the thighs. I'm going to go here for a moment. Roll the shoulders back and then just allow the eyes to close from top to bottom. Take a few inhalations and exhalations. And just start to bring your awareness from the outside and bring it into the body and into the breath. And feel the feet against the ground. Move your attention along the calves and the shins. Relax around the knees. Feel the backs of the thighs on the seat of the chair. Feel the backs of the hands against the front of the thighs. And just allow those thighs to release down into the chair. And become aware of the left and right sit bone. Notice if your weight is even. And then gently draw the belly back towards the spine. And then lift and extend all the way through the back, along the back of the neck and then through the crown of the head. Let go of any tension from the front of the torso, the lower belly, the ribs, the chest. And then relax around the shoulders, the neck. Release the arms, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, wrists, backs of the hands of the hand and the fingers. And just let go of any tension from the back of the head. Relax the face. See your jaw soft. And for a moment, just observe your inhalation and your exhalation. slowly allow your head to release down towards your chest. Just bow your head down towards your heart. And in your next inhalation, slowly lifting the head and then opening the eyes towards the ground. Good. So we're going to go back up to standing. And you can take your chair and just pop it in against the wall. We'll be coming to it in a moment. So you're going to go, oh, excuse me. So you're going to go to standing. And you're going to see that your feet are hip distance apart and that the toes are pointing forward. So you're not got your feet turned out like this, but your heels are kind of turned out and your toes are pointing forward. So we're spreading all the toes. You're lifting your kneecaps up, you're rolling your thighs inwards, you're feeling like you're gripping the buttocks and that you're not overarching the lumbar, you're not leaning forwards into the toes, you're not leaning back, but that you're staying in the middle. And you're lifting and extending all the way up through the spine. A good thing I always find to do is take my heels to the very back edge of my mat, so I know that I discovered by doing that I'm one foot slightly longer than the other, so you know that you're in alignment. Then roll the shoulders back and stretch down into the fingers. So the hands aren't slack, but you're stretching fully through the fingers and using them to help you draw the shoulders down away from the ears, opening up the space. Breathe. And then you're going to stretch your right arm forwards. And then you're going to inhale and stretch that right arm up. And I know you can't see the top of my hand, but imagine my hand is there. You're going to take your left arm over and you're just going to help to encourage that arm up. Now if you have a shoulder injury, you take your arm wide and you see what you can do. You stretch and breathe. And then release. And then you extend through the opposite arm and lift up. The elbow is straight, so it's not bending. I want you to check your arms and see they're not bending. They're straight, and stretch the arm up and breathe. And then release and come back down. Roll the shoulders out. And then you're going to come to the chair and you're going to take your hands to the seat of the chair. Again, shoulder injuries, this is going to feel too narrow, so you go to a table that's wider. And then you're going to walk back with your feet, coming into a half downward dog. You're pushing back into your heels. We're going to bend our knees first, and we're going to stretch the spine first. So you can see I've got the legs of the chair to the walls, so I don't need to worry about slipping. And I have the heels of my hands on the seat of the chair. Really good way of cheating is to let the heels of the hands come off the seat of the chair. But if the heels of the hands are on the seat of the chair, so I'm really working into my shoulders, I'm stretching back, I'm lifting my toes, I'm breathing, and then I see, can I straighten my legs? Can I lift those kneecaps up? Can I push those hips back towards the wall behind me? I don't let my head drop, so I keep my ears in line with my arms, and I breathe. And hold. And then slowly walk yourself back in towards the chair, and then inhale and come back up. So we're going to do a little bit of balancing. I'm going to move that chair out of the way. You could also use the chair, we are near a wall, so I'm going to show it to you using the chair and using the wall. So you have your hand to the wall. Now if you have a hip operation or a hip replacement, you have to know what you can do rotation-wise within your hips. Feet are together, hands are onto the wall, and then you're going to rotate the right leg. So I'm turning from the inside edge. Now if you have any hip pelvis injury, this maybe is as far as you're going to go, and maybe it's even too far, maybe you're only going to be turning a slight angle. You go to whatever is comfortable for you. You don't do it as I'm showing if it feels wrong for you. You're rotating like so. You're lifting the chest upwards, and then you're going to take your foot up onto the inside edge of the calf. Not the knee, just the calf. And we're going to just hold it there. You're going to squeeze this outer hip in, so you're not leaning out into that hip, but you're squeezing that hip in, and you're breathing, you're stretching the arm up the wall, and then you stretch the opposite hand up, and hold. So we're looking to not lean into the wall, but keeping the outer edge of that hip pulled in, and if this feels too much, you stay here, and and stretch upwards. We're still getting this opening and we're still balancing because the weight is not fully on both feet. And then release and come back down. To do it with a chair, you hold the chair to the side, like so. So my hand is now on the chair. My feet are together, same thing. I rotate this leg out to the side and getting this opening into the hip. I'm not turning, I'm keeping my torso facing forwards. You see how that feels. Keep this outer hip pulled in. Take the foot up onto the inside edge of that calf. And then stretch the top arm up. We're going to stay holding onto the chair and breathing. We're not leaning, we're keeping that outer hip pulled away from the chair. And stretch all the way up and hold and breathe. And then release and release the leg. So while we're here with the chair, and if that rotation was a little bit strong, or if you have a hip injury, or if you have a pelvis injury, all I want you to do is now bring the feet together, holding onto the chair, so we've got our support, we've got our balance, and then I want you to come up onto the ball of the left foot, so I'm working on my right leg. So I'm on the ball of my right foot, my hand is on my hip. For balance, I'm looking at something on the floor, just to keep myself focused, and then I'm just going to lift that foot up, a tiny bit up off the ground, and I'm going to hold it, and I'm really going to squeeze that left buttocks to see can I hold it. You're going to stay there for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then you're going to release and come back down, and then we're going to do the other side. So again, coming up onto the ball of that foot, and if this is enough, you stay there. So if you've had any injuries in the hips and this feels too wobbly, then just stay with this, but don't lean into the chair. You're staying in the middle. If you can, you're lifting the foot up slightly and you're holding. And I'm not now leaning out into this hip. I'm keeping this hip pulled in and I'm squeezing the buttocks. So I'm really engaging the bum on this left leg. And hold for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release. And then we let go of the chair. So put the chair back to where we were. Actually, I'm going to sit onto the chair. Just want to stretch out the legs. So again, you're going to take your belt and you're going to have the belt and the legs are in, knees are in line with the hips, and then you're just going to take the belt around the head of the shin bone. You're going to draw that knee in towards your chest, and again, if you've had a hip operation, this is something maybe you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to have your knee above your hip. You need to know what that is. If that's the case, you just keep the knee down. And then you take the belt around the arch of the foot and you're extending the leg away. Now I'm not doing this. I'm pulling on the belt to keep the chest lifted and I'm stretching out strongly through the heel of that foot. I'm breathing. And hold. So I'm having to engage my core to do this and press out through my heel to keep this lift. And then release and bring the leg back down. So we're going to do the other side. So again, take the belt around the head of the shin bone. Lift the chest upwards. Breathe. Again, you don't do this if you've had a hip replacement. Lift upwards. Then take the belt around the arch of the foot. Extend that leg away. Don't slouch. So lift upwards. Lift it through the spine. Press out through the heel. Breathe and hold. Navel gently draw back towards the spine. And then release and come back down. So we're going to use the chair to just have a little bit of a twist. If you have a block or a brick or a book, pop it in between our knees so that we keep our hips centered. We're going to sit towards the front edge of the chair. So let me just show you this on the side. So I'm sitting here, I've scooted my bum forwards, so I'm right onto the edge of the chair. And I'm taking my brick now in between my knees, and you can see my knee and my ankle are in line with each other. And then I can just take my hands back again, roll the shoulders back and lift the chest upwards. If it feels comfortable for you, you can look up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to turn, so I'm going to stretch up through my left arm. Inhale, and then exhale, take it down to the outside edge of this right going to take your hands behind. So I've taken it around to the back of the chair. You don't have to do that. You can just, I've got bars in the back of my chair so I can't get into it. But if you had a seat in the chair, you can just grab here behind the chair. So you're pushing into the hands, you're lifting up through the spine, inhaling, and as you're exhaling, you're turning, and then looking out over the back shoulder. So you can go to here and do the same thing. And then release, come back through to the centre. I'll just turn the chair around, we'll go to the opposite side. So again, block in between the knees in line with the heels, lifting up through the spine, roll the shoulders back and down, stretch up through the opposite arm, the right arm, inhale, and then exhale the hand down, and then lift up through the spine, inhaling, and then exhaling, rotating, turning, and then looking out over the back shoulder, and breathing. And then release and come back through to the centre. So lastly, before we relax, is take the chair back into the wall. You're going to come back into your half downward dog. If you wanted to do something every day and you weren't going to do this 20-minute workout every day, do this every day. It stretches everything. Hands onto the seat of the chair. Walk back, knees bent deeply. Push the bum back as if you're skiing. So your weight is back in your heels. Lift the toes up. And then see, can you straighten the legs? Look forwards. Breathe. Now the thing about it is your feet are hip distance apart. They can be wider. If your hamstrings are very tight, your legs go wider, your hands can be wider. Put onto the heels of the hands onto the seat of the chair. And just extend and lengthen the spine as much as you can. And breathe. Watch the lower back, so keep the belly drawn in. Don't be dipping in the lumbar. And then walk back in towards the chair. Good. So, bring yourself back to seated. Excuse me. Hopefully that's woken you up a little bit. And again, it's just 20 minutes, so hopefully it's something that you'll be able to slot into your day. And that will just get things moving again. The shoulders, the hamstrings, the legs, the hips, everything just waking up again. So, come back into seated. Again, see that your heels are in line with your knees, your toes are pointing forwards, your knees aren't splaying out, they're not falling in towards each other. And then see that you're sitting evenly onto the sit bones. And then lift and extend all the way through the spine. Again, take the backs of the hands, place them onto the thighs. Close the eyes. And just allow the whole of the body to relax. Take your awareness from the outside and bring it into your body. So again, feel that connection to the floor, to the ground. Move up along the backs of the calves, shins, all around the knees. Feel the backs of the thighs release into the seat of the chair. And then release the front of the thighs down to the backs of the thighs. Feel both sit bones against the chair. Allow your hips to be heavy down towards the ground. And then lift and extend all the way up through the spine, along the back of the neck, and out through the crown of the head. Feel that space through the whole of the torso. Now let go of any tension from the lower belly, the ribs, the centre of the chest. Relax the shoulders. See the shoulders move down towards the elbows. Release the upper arms, the elbows, lower arms, wrists, backs of the hands, palms of the hands. And then let go of any tension from the neck and the back of the head. Relax your face. Across the forehead, the eyes, the cheeks and the mouth. See your jaw soft, and just observe your inhalation and your exhalation. As you breathe in, say, I know I'm breathing in. And as I breathe out, I know I'm breathing out. And slowly bring your attention back to the surface of the body. Bring some movements to the fingers and the toes. Gently bow your head down towards your chest. And in your next inhalation, slowly lifting the head.